welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. We're gonna actually make. Oh, I gotta turn this up. Crank it up, baby. Let's go there. We're actually gonna make story progress in Nier tonight. We will check out the crops first, of course. We always have to. But we'll go to the forest or whatever. Forest of Myth, I think it was called. Not 100% sure. Let me check out the crops though. I don't think I did this on stream. I think I did this off stream, but we are on the new color. I am aiming for the new color. So do you see how we got like, I think it's peach that we're looking for, and I think it's gonna be like this one, this middle one. I think that's the color seeds we're looking for. And again, we're trying to get 10 in total, so let's pick, let's plant, let's water, and then we'll get on with our so yeah, red and indigo I think makes peach then. Red, indigo, red, indigo. The guide I'm utilizing for this had said that the peach seeds, or peach flowers in general, as a hybrid, are for some reason even rarer than the other colors we were doing. It said like they were getting like one flower every 2 to 3 batches, which is crazy. But at least I got, it looks like one. So I will pink. No, it's pink we're looking for. Pink, but just 2 seeds. It's not peach. I'm mistaken. I think we do pink and peach then to get the white at the end. But yeah, red and indigo. Indigo. Red. Indigo. All flowers removed. Wait, what's this saying? Fallen could not be harvested? Oh no, I gotta go ditch some of these seeds. Shit. A chicken egg. Alright, let me go sell some of these red seeds off. How upsetting. I think I could sell like 60.
Make sure you stock.
Shut up. I'm just here to sell my seeds to you. Red? 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 Where is it? Red? Here we go. I could sell like 60. Would you like my seeds, sir?
Come back any.
Bark. There's also apparently, I was told that there's one more quest, like side quest I'm missing. And I apparently talked to the person, and then you apparently have to keep talking to him or something for him to give you the quest. So I'm gonna try to check on what that even means. Okay, so red and indigo, I think. Indigo. Red, indigo. I love this planting animation. He just goes to the ground and goes. He just like separates the dirt and it's like done. He goes, I know how to plant plants. and then unga bunkas them into the ground. Unga bunga, I know how to plant plants. God, I always pass up the red. A little skate animation there to line back up with the spot. Alright, cool. In 2 days' time, these should be ready. And we cross our fingers for more pinks. Or, yeah, pinks. I think I already have peach. I think that's how I'm getting confused. I think I already have peach, and then I need pink, because then pink and peach make the white. And that's what I need. That's what I want. That's what I need. That's what I demand. So apparently the one last quest that I can pick up that I'm missing at this point is back in Seafront? Is that what it's called? Seaport? Seafront? Whatever the fuck. It's a guy that's kind of near the lighthouse, and I've talked to him, and he had the little mission bubble above his head, and I talked to him and I didn't get anything. I think I just have to keep talking to him or something. I don't know what the quest is, but I imagine it probably shouldn't be difficult. And if it's the only one I'm missing at this point, it feels like it'd be foolish not to do it, you know? So if I can pick it up and then just continue to the... What is it called? We go to Northern Plains, and then I think it's like Forest of Myth. All because a dream told me to go to the forest. Alright, plants watered, seeds picked. To the sea whatever. Sea whatever. Kitty. I spy a kitty. Oh, hi, Kaine. Might as well pick up my shit when I can, while I'm not being attacked by a giant weird shade. I think a giant spider started walking towards me. I was like, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. None of that. Bum bum bum. Okay, let me see if I remember. I mean, I probably should have checked to make sure that I'm not talking crazy talk. But I believe what I was told was correct. There's a person over here who has a quest to give to me. Yes.
Hey, guess what? I went shopping with my girl a little while back.
Oh yes, he was talking about his girl.
You mean the one who only goes to super expensive places?
That's her, all right. Anyway, there was this nice accessory that I thought would look great on her and didn't cost much, so I bought it for her. But she refused to take it. She said she doesn't wear cheap accessories.
Well, that's not too surprising.
Yeah, I should have known better than to try and impress her with such shabby flim-flam.
Flim-flam.
Next time, I'll get something high class all the way. It'll cost twice my yearly salary. No, 3 times.
Are you certain this woman even cares for you?
Of course she does.
Vice thinks she's a gold digger.
You humans certainly have complex and exhausting mating rituals.
I tell you, there isn't another girl out there as high class as mine.
Okay, I may need to... Can I leave now from here? I think I was told that, like... It's like a couple rounds of talking. So if I have to, like, leave the area and then come back in, possibly? Maybe? Ooh. I'm picking up trash off the beach. Trash. I'm hoping this resets it. I'm hoping he'll have something new to say to me if I just leave and then come back. If it's on an actual timer, oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Sorry, let me check something real quick. Oh, okay. Just had to make sure or something. Okay. Oh, I always turn in that way thinking that's the way to go. Only to be disappointed. Okay, he's lit back up on the mini-map. Seems to have worked.
Hey, I heard you can get inside Facade, right?
Sure, but
Oh, perfect. Listen, there's something there that you have to get for me. My girl wants a new accessory, but it has to be made from this really rare ore that they carry in Facade's Strange Things store.
Oh no.
So next time you're there, could you buy some for me? I think it's called fluorite. Please?
I mean,
The pride of a lover.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. This is fantastic.
Such affection. This man has clearly been entranced by his lover.
Seems to me like he's being played.
Whatever do
But we're gonna assist him in getting played,
You
so it's
know,
fine.
This may be one of those things a magic book just can't understand.
ridiculous. There is nothing beyond my knowledge.
If you say so.
Do I need to just buy one? Fine. Okay, wait. A man in the open air near the lighthouse wants to procure fluorite so we can make a fashion accessory. Okay. Oh, I turned into here again. God. God! Alright. So another trip to Facade. Thank goodness. ride you. Oh.
Let's go.
Ow. I got attacked for what I did. I'm sorry. I don't necessarily know how to control this beast. Well, at least. Even though it'll take some time, I guess I could go to Facade first and pick up the thing. I'll have to go there and run back here to deliver it to him. And hopefully that's the only thing he wants. Because there's always that possibility. At least I can get my flowers and maybe this quest done before 30 minutes into the stream. We'll see. A lizard tail. Kaine, help! Grab it for me. I didn't even do the animation there. Got a little bogged. Now. Thought I could outrun it. Alright, Strange Things store. This fluorite better not be expensive. Isn't that just like right here?
Hey, do you have any fluorite for sale?
I'm sorry, sir, but the mine that supplied us with that material has been exhausted. Oh, thank God.
Oh, I see.
There may be some inside the Barren Temple. The rules, of course, forbid me from entering the temple, but if you were to go...
Well, we've come this far. Might as well finish the job.
Oh, no. I have to go back to the Barren Temple? Barren Temple? Barren Temple? Egg on my face. Alright, well. To the Barren Temple, I guess. I'm curious if it'll just be super obvious where it is, or I'm gonna be searching for some time. Ah, Scorpion. Surprise, Scorpion. Alright, into the thick desert. Uh-oh. Oh, they're outrunning me. Oh, God. Uh-oh. Juked. Juked. Oh, I should also say, I guess there's a potential for fireworks to start going off. Just because it's the 3rd of July and people still apparently feel that. I'm thoroughly, at this point in my life, I'm very anti firing off fireworks if you're in, like, residential areas. I just don't think people should be doing it. And I do not care if that makes me sound like a wet blanket or whatever. There's just so many reasons not to do it at this point. Okay, so this was like a dungeon in the game. And so I'm curious. All the puzzles seem to be solved for me. So I don't have to hopefully do that stuff again. Oh, there's some spiders though. God damn it. There's spiders though. I should probably try to plan out how to get through here, right? Like, I just assume it's going to be the most difficult path to something. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. There's a bat here. Go away, bat. I just smack that batarang. A batarang. Oh, there's an item. Could that be the fluorite that I need? Possibly. Oh, that spider went flying. Oh god. Oh god, it's climbing. What is it doing? What is it doing on the ceiling? I don't like it. Get him down from there. Oh, if you attack like that, then all the baby spiders come out. I've done it enough times now to confirm in my mind that that's what's happening, and it's grossing me out. Hey, fluorite. Let me check. You've obtained fluorite. All right, I'm out. That was easy. Get me out of here, please. Can I easily make it back this way? Can I make the jumps even? Bye, Kanye. Doors opening very slowly. Walking through doors very slowly. Nice. Easy, dude. Kinda keep them off my back, please. I'm trying to juke them. Trying to put that spin move on them. That's not the button I meant to do. Ow, fuck. Stop attacking me. Alright, if I'm gonna finish this mission, can I get to the seafront, seaport, whatever the fuck it's called, within 4 minutes here? Before the 4-minute mark. How fast can Nier run? Oh no, shiny things are distracting me. Oh, and I can't even pick them up. The ultimate debate. You never know if you'll need more lizard tails. Or berries. I know I have 3 minutes to make it to the sea, whatever. Sea something. Seafront, seaport, sea shanty, sea pirates. And these village people are like, man, that young boy likes to run back and forth so often. Look at him run. Uh-oh, he's attacking the goats again. Don't have time to attack him. I have a minute 40 if I want to do it before 30 seconds. Or 30 minutes, I mean. I know the difference between minutes and seconds. God, she's like running up the wall for some reason. She's having a grand old time doing her ninja running and stuff as I run back and forth. She doesn't mind. Please let this be the only step to this quest. Alright, I've got a minute left before 30 minutes. Run!
Here's that ore you wanted.
Oh, thank you.
And then he
Now
goes,
maybe
oh,
my
you
girl
needed,
will let me
I
hold
needed
her
4.
hand. Here's the money for the material and a little extra for your time.
30,000, holy shit.
Huh? Oh, hold on. This is way too much.
Are you kidding? That's what fluorite costs you on the open market. I only threw in a few coins for your trouble.
It's really
Damn.
that expensive?
Hey, I learned my lesson last time. From now on, it's nothing but the best for my girl.
The human soul is an unfathomable thing indeed.
You got that right.
Do you think it possible that this man is being deceived by his lover?
Yeah, I do.
Then we shall inform him at once.
Yeah, probably better if we don't.
What's this? Have you finally found someone you are unwilling to aid?
Look, relationships are messy, and sometimes you can't always understand what's going on between a couple.
There is nothing in this world that Grimoire Weiss cannot understand.
Yeah.
Seaweed. Okay, the reason I was told that I was missing a quest was that I was told, see quest completion 50%. I was told that up to this point there's like only 50% quests that you can do. Which surprised me because I knew I was going at quests at a pretty good pace. And I was be doing them. So there we go. Quest done. Only story ahead for us here. Nope, not that way. Get on the boar. Good job. There's like, I'm like, so if I just lay off it, then he'll stop. But I don't know how to like just slow down. Whatever. Because every time I've been getting on those, I just like randomly press a bunch of buttons and hope that it does the slow down thing like that. I don't know what the official way of doing it is. And I'm sure I could probably just look up on the tips or something. So that's on me. That's on me. Alright, let's go to the Forest of Myth, I believe it's called. Do you want to buy any of my shit?
Please get that.
Okay. Gonna take that as a no. I'm gonna take that as a no. Yeah, Forest of Myth. There we go. Oh no, they killed a sheep. And they're burning in the sun. It is not cloudy, so they will be burning. They venture out to the sun to get me. Is it? Okay, no, it's further in. Ooh, it's foggy. Alright, what's happening? Whoa, whoa. Oh, it's pretty. Oh, we got stump houses. We got tree houses. Trunk houses.
It sure is quiet here.
Such silence bodes ill. There's trouble on the way. I'm certain of it.
You know, a little optimism now and then wouldn't hurt, Vice.
Such cheek.
Why does he think something bad's gonna happen here? Why does he be like, oh, it's quiet, it's dangerous? that. Take that weed off of you. Hello, old man. Does he have glasses? Yeah, he does.
Beware.
Okay, never mind. It is scary.
Beware the words.
The words? What do you mean?
Contagious words. Those who dream.
Those who dream?
Hold a moment. There is a strange new sensation in my mind.
Vice's voice rose in a quizzical way.
It is not quizzical.
What the hell? Oh no, we're getting meta all of a sudden.
What's going on?
The villager's body shuddered as he slowly opened his eyes.
Perhaps we should start by asking this man. Who are you?
We heard something happened to this village, so we came to see if we could help.
The mayor stared at Nier and Vice.
If you can speak to me, I must have caught you in my dream.
In your dream?
The mayor explained. In the past weeks, a mysterious disease called the Death Dream had spread across the forest of myth. Those who caught it were cursed to fall asleep and live forever within the world of their own dreams. The village mayor had determined the Death Dream was spread from person to person by spoken words, but before he could learn more, the disease took him as well. Whoa. Oh my god. The box is taking over the screen! Vice stared at the mayor, his mouth twitching slightly.
Now see here. Are you saying that we have been absorbed into your dream?
What the hell is happening?
Well, yes. I think you have.
In other words, we've caught the death dream?
Before the mayor could confirm Nier's suspicion, Vice exploded with rage.
Ridiculous. Preposterous. Completely unfathomable on every conceivable level. I don't even recall falling asleep. That's just how the death dream works.
Though polite, the mayor was clearly trying to brush aside the book's remarks.
My remarks are not to be brushed aside, fool.
The mayor twisted his mouth into an embarrassed grimace, then quickly changed the subject to who Nier had seen, and what they had discussed since coming to the village.
Something there must have caused you to enter my dream. A certain conversation, a specific word, something.
Oh, now we got black screen. Nier and Vice racked their brains, but could find no easy solutions. There were simply too many words to consider, too much random chatter, too many meaningless conversations.
Grimoire Vice does not engage in meaningless conversations.
The mere suggestion that Vice chose his words carelessly seemed to sting his pride.
It does not seem to sting my pride, you bloated gasbag of a narrator.
What?
It has demolished it utterly.
The irritated Vice looked skyward, as if searching for answers in the heavens.
I was doing no such thing. Just leave me alone already.
The anger created by his harsh words bled over to Nier like a contagion. Wait, said Nier suddenly. Did someone just say contagion? Yes, I believe so. What of it? Well, a villager told us to watch out for contagion words, right? The mayor leaned forward with renewed interest, pushing a startled Vice aside in the process. You must have said something, right? Asked the mayor. Some specific combination of words? What was it? It was about dreaming, or something that dreams, or... Oh, what the hell was it? A sheep, cried Vice suddenly, blurting out the first thing that popped into his head. The others stared at him for a moment before slowly shaking their heads. After a few more minutes of thought, Nier's face suddenly lit up. I remember, he said. Those who dream. That's what he said. I'm sure of it. At this point, the mayor produced a thick sheaf of papers from his pocket. He flipped through them a few times before finally nodding his approval at Nier. That sounds right, he said, as a stray sheet of paper fluttered to the ground. My notes also mentioned something about that. I bet it was the last thing you heard before you fell asleep. The mayor shook his head, his worn pencil stub tracing lines across a lone piece of paper. For the last month, I've been doing nothing but study the disease we call the Death Dream, he said. I mean, I'm the mayor, right? It's my job to protect people from whatever comes along. But I never expected a couple of outsiders to start entering people's dreams. Mayor paused, a grimace crossing his face. Should probably be taking notes or something. Vice immediately fired back. I applaud the force of will it takes to research a disease in your dreams, he said, but perhaps we should bend your efforts to escaping this place instead of trying to understand it. The mayor's hand tightened around his pencil, snapping off the tip. I've tried to escape, but in the very first moment I realized I was locked inside my own dream. I've been looking for a way out, but I don't think it exists. I mean, this is my dream, right? If there was an exit, I would know about it. He paused for a moment, his unfocused eyes staring at nothing. My village was beautiful, he said to no one in particular, and if it was filled with the most wonderful people you could ever hope to meet. But once this disease took hold, things changed. It's like someone took a sponge and soaked all the color out of our lives. I just want us to be whole again. I want us to be free. This game has turned into a visual novel, or not even a visual, just a novel. And I won't stop trying until it happens. Nier nodded in agreement. Huh? Wait a second. I didn't nod. Look, if we can be of any help, said Nier, just ask. Now hold on. I did not just say that. Silence! Cried Weiss. The grimoire looked from Nier to the mayor and back again, his face filling with confidence. Grimoire Weiss's face is always confident, thank you very much. Now see here, Mayor, you told us that nothing can exist in this dream without you knowing of it. But yet you seemed surprised to see us when we first arrived, yes? The mayor slowly raised his head, realization dawning on his face. Oh my god, he said, you're right. I had no idea you were coming. The human imagination is a limitless engine, said Weiss. Dreams are the fuel. If you can imagine an exit, then it must be so. With your permission, we shall search it out. Thank you, said the mayor. I don't know how I can repay you. Payment is not required. We are as eager as you to be done with this place. The mayor suddenly felt as if he could breathe again. He'd almost forgotten what it was like. Good luck, you two, he called at the departing forms of Nier and Weiss. We're all counting on you. As Nier slowly faded into the misty forest, the mayor was struck by a sense of deja vu. I saw this man once before, he thought. But where? Nier's mood darkened as he trudged through the forest. Hours earlier, when the beauty of the place was still a new thing, he'd been confident they could get in, find the exit, and be home in time for dinner. But the deeper they went, the more the forest closed in around him. The mist made it difficult to see more than a foot in any direction, and moss-covered rocks seemed determined to twist his ankle. More than once he'd been forced to steady himself on the rough bark of a tree, and his hands now left small trails of blood on everything he touched. Additionally, Weiss was proving to be a spectacularly poor traveling companion. Unhindered by either terrain or physical effort, he spent most of his time urging Nier to pick up the pace and grumbling about their slow progress. Finally, after Weiss muttered something about legless turtles being more adept at navigating the environment, Nier snapped. Okay, Weiss, cram it for a second, would you? You don't have to walk. Nier leaned against the tree and tried to stretch the knots from his back. How can this stupid forest be so big? He muttered to himself. The moment the words tumbled from his mouth, a cacophony of insects sprang to life. Every imaginable form of buzz, click, and hiss roared out at a volume that rattled his teeth. Nier slapped his hands over his ears and screamed to be heard. Weiss! What's going on? Nier could see Weiss's mouth moving, but he might as well have been shouting in a tornado. The insect screamed. The forest howled. And then, just as Nier's ears seemed ready to tear from his head, go running for cover, the sound diminished. Hesitantly, he removed the hand from his left ear and listened to the creatures of the woods. What the fuck? Woo woo wooma, woo woo wooma. What has happened to this game? Shik, shik, sheik, shik, sheik, shik, shik, sheik. As the insect symphony dimmed another decibel, Nier began to detect patterns in the sound. This isn't random, he thought. It's not just white noise, it's something else. The insects weren't just calling out, they were asking a question. Oh, we got some sound going. 1, with it is lacking. 2, with it is ideal. 3, with it is dangerous. What is it? Oh, we have a riddle now? 1, with it is lacking. 2, with it is ideal. What is it? By my pages, is this a riddle? I guess so. I mean, feels sort of forced, but maybe it's the key to getting out of this place? Then I leave it to you to answer. 1 with it lacking, 2 with it is ideal, 3 with it is dangerous. What is it? What? What has happened to this game? The game is now like, it's like turned into a book, but just reading time with Austin and also riddle time. Oh, I have to answer. Okay. 1 with it is lacking, 2 with it is ideal, 3 with it is dangerous. Secret doesn't make sense to me. Seesaw makes sense. Seesaw seems like a very obvious answer. I'm gonna say seesaw. Something that's ideal with 2 people, but dangerous with 3. Oh, it's a seesaw. Vice's mouth flew open, but before he could say anything, the world suddenly shifted. Reen, wah, reen, wah. Shik, 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 shik. When Nier came to, he was once again surrounded by the sounds of insects. The cries of the insects were creating words he had heard somewhere before. 1 with it is lacking, 2 with it is ideal, 3 with it is dangerous. What is it? By my page, is this a riddle? Oh no, did I get it wrong? What? How would it be a secret? 3 with it is dangerous, 1 with it is lacking. Maybe it is a secret, because if only one person knows a secret, then it's not really a secret, right? Right? I mean, 2 with it is ideal. You have a secret between 2 people. And then if you have it with 3 people, it's dangerous? Because it's not a secret again? Maybe? I mean, we already guessed seesaw, so. Inwardly furious that Vice left the task to him, Nier sighed and gave the only answer that made sense. It's a secret. Right? The sound of the insect stopped suddenly as it began. Forest undergrowth parted before Nier like a rippling wave, opening a new path. These forest anthropods are making a road for us, said Vice with glee. Pleased at passing the test, Nier moved on with new intensity. Okay, so I feel like an idiot because I just chose the most obvious sounding answer, and then the game was like, no, you're fucking wrong. So fuck you. Pleased at passing the test, Nier moved on with new intensity. The path offered his body relief from the undergrowth, but gave even greater cheer to his mind. As long as they were on a path, the journey had a purpose. Guess the forest has accepted us, huh? Said Nier after a bit. Vice spun around to face his companion. Do not mistake the will of this forest for some happy pet you can suddenly befriend. We have no idea where this path leads. As Vice finished speaking, the pair turned a corner and found themselves facing a clear forest spring. Smiling, Nier picked up a small rock and sent it skipping across the surface of the water. Good heavens, said Vice. His surprise was understandable. Each time the rock struck the surface of the water, a musical note rang out. When the rock finally stopped moving and sank to the bottom of the spring, the ripples it left behind came together to form words. I enter through the window, but break no glass. When night... Oh, we got the riddle music coming back. Very faint. When night falls, I vanish. What am I? I'd assume it's sunlight or something, right? Absurdly easy, barked Vice. Now answer it. Nier grit his teeth and tried not to reach out and strangle his companion. He's right after all. This one is pretty easy. I enter through the window but break no glass. When night falls, I vanish. What am I? A bird, a letter. Sunlight. Sunlight! A plume of water suddenly burst from the spring. Sunlight filtered through the trees and reflected off the plume, creating a shimmering rainbow that spanned the entire horizon. In all my years, said Vice softly, I've never seen such a sight. Perhaps I've misunderstood the intentions of this place. Hey, look! Cried Nier, wakening Vice from his daze. There's a house or something over there. Glancing in the direction of his friend's extended hand, Vice saw a small cottage nestled among the trees. That's weird, isn't it? Who would build a house all the way out here? Nier walked over and pounded on the door. After a minute of solid banging, the door cracked open and a small man peered out. His body was cloaked from neck to toe in a large black cape, while his face was obscured by mist. Began Nier. But before he could get any further, the cloaked man held a hand up and began speaking. I have 4 legs in the morning and 2 at noon. But, oh no. Oh, now we got some Gregorian chants. But end the night with 3. What am I? Nier tried to ask the cloaked man who he was, what he was doing there. He simply repeated the question. If we wish to engage this man in conversation, said Vice, it seems we must answer his riddle. Yeah, I suppose, said Nier. Well, at least it's an easy one. I have 4 legs in the morning and 2 at noon, but end the night with 3. What am I? A demon, an angel, a man? I think I've heard this riddle before, and I think the answer is man, because it's not literal morning and noon and night. It's like baby crawling on 4 legs, like hands and legs, and then you're a regular adult and you stand on 2, and then at night it's like your later years and you have a cane or something. It's a very abstract riddle, I believe. Oh man. I would not, if I had to just straight up guess that, I would not know it. But because I've heard that riddle before, I think, and whatever that dumb logic is, the mist dissolved from the cloaked figure as he spoke a single word. Correct. With that, the man flung his garment aside, revealing his true identity. You're the mayor, cried Nier. The small man slowly shook his head. I'm not the mayor you know. Now listen to my words. Long ago, I saw a version of you that was not yourself. Sorry? What's that mean? It'll make sense in time. At present, I simply congratulate you on cracking the seal of the Death Dream. Now you must go to the person at the forest entrance. With that, the man turned on his heel and slammed the door behind him. As Nier watched, mist seeped up from the ground and enveloped the cottage, erasing it from existence. I did not think this was what this next story bit was going to be. I did not think I'd have to be reading like I was playing Phoenix Wright again. When Nier and Vice returned to the forest entrance, they found the mayor leaning against a tree. As soon as he caught sight of the duo, he sprang to his feet and scrambled over to them. Good gravy, he cried. You made it. You actually made it back. His left hand grasped Nier's and pumped it so fiercely it threatened to dislodge from the socket, while his right seized Vice by the cover and swung him through the air. Ah, by the heavens, stop shaking me, fool. We have not even told you if you were successful or not. The mayor smiled broadly and shook his head. I'm just happy you're alive. I didn't think I'd ever see you again. Nier withdrew himself from the mayor's eager handshake with a slight smile. We broke the Death Dream seal, he said. At least, I think we did. The mayor's face beamed as Nier filled him in on the details. When the tale was done, the 3 of them lay down on the forest ground and fell asleep. Nier cocked his head. Okay, hang on a second. This is crazy. Why'd we just lie down and go to sleep? Cease your endless prattle and go to sleep, fool. Fighting against the rules of this place is futility itself. Nier and the mayor obediently reclined atop the grassy earth. Have you forgotten, continued Vice. It is words that control the Death Dream, words that allow us to move from place to place. No matter how unnatural they seem, the words are absolute. Therefore, if the words tell us to sleep, then sleep we shall. And once we do, the story will continue. With that, the trio found their eyes growing heavy, their breaths slowing. This is the first time, began the mayor. First time I felt tired since I was imprisoned here. His words were cut off by a loud, long yawn. You remember nothing more. They might have slept for an hour or a year. When they woke, things had slightly more real quality to them. The mist felt thicker, the leaves greener. It was clear that they had awakened from their dream. Oh, we're coming back. Holy shit. Oh, I'm peering at the dude's head again. Nier shook the mayor's shoulder gently. Good news, he said. I think we made it. Oh, wow, said the mayor in an odd voice. We did it. I'm back. He blinked once and then again, as if not quite believing the sight before him. You two have no idea how much this means. The Death Dream was spreading through our village, and I wanted to... Well, I thought I could figure out how to stop it, but I guess that wasn't the case. Must have caught the disease and become trapped in my own dream. The mayor started to stand, then collapsed back to the earth. He stared at his legs as if trying to remember how they worked, then glanced at Nier and shrugged. Without a word, the young man reached down and pulled the mayor to his feet. Real life may take some getting used to, said the mayor as a wry smile crossed his lips. You shall relearn in short order, I am sure, said Vice. For now, you should return to your home and rest. No, said the mayor, swaying on unsteady feet. No, I can't. Some of the villagers are still trapped in the Death Dream. I have to save them. The mayor slowly made his way to the divine tree in the center of the village, then bowed his head and prayed silently. This is a holy tree, he explained when the prayer was finished. It's the guardian of our village's history and memories. Superstition will only make our mission harder, muttered Vice. We should not put our faith in the gods. Mayor shook his head. Not the gods, the words. Legend says that our tree is home to a powerful magic known as a sealed verse. Nier and Vice could not contain their surprise. It seemed gold had been found in the most unexpected of places. I say, muttered Vice, this is certainly a stroke of luck. As three of them said their goodbyes, Nier mentioned the strange man who had given them the third riddle, and the mysterious words he had left them with. I once saw a version of you that was not yourself, muttered the mayor. What in the world does that mean? Lost in thought, he stared into space for a long moment. You know, he said softly, this is going to sound odd, but I had a feeling I'd seen you before too. Nier tried to keep a straight face and failed, but the mayor didn't seem to notice. Deja vu, right? Anyway, fear is just some kind of illusion created by a death dream. Probably doesn't mean anything. Nier gave the mayor a nod and smile, but inwardly his thoughts were racing. There's something wrong about the mayor and his words. What exactly is going on here? That riddle would prove to be the most difficult one of all.
Oh, thank you so much.
Oh!
Now I can finally return to a normal life.
This is one of the most bizarre diseases I have ever encountered.
I know. That's why we have to help the other villagers, no matter what.
Obtain a sealed verse, obtain dark execution magic. Summon magical spikes from the ground to impale enemies. Charge to increase the number of spikes.
For a sealed verse, that didn't take much effort.
Oh no, it was a lot of effort. I had to read.
Yes, all a touch too easy if you ask me. It's almost as if someone was guiding us to this village.
Don't overthink advice.
If I go then to, how do I change magics again? Okay, there we go. Dark Blast, Dark Lance. Let's try Dark Execution. Dark Phantasm. Gotta try it out, right? How do I put them? How do I make it so, how is it? Do I have to go to here and then go? I guess I should probably see equip best words. Okay. There we go. And then batch assign. Bam. There we go. Look at us doing the thing. Best words on. Thank goodness. Certain enemy attacks are capable of inflicting poison. Will clear up on someone after our time, but it can also be cured right away by using weed. Charge to increase size of the wall. Some magical spikes. Just making sure we clear all the tutorials here. Alright, let's test this out. Right? Alright, this is going to be fully charged. Whoa! Yo! Okay. Interesting. Okay, so you can do 4 directions there. So I guess there's 3. So it's back and forth, and then that, and then that. 3 stages. I mean, a full-blown power charge here That's gonna do some damage. That'll clear some people. Can I go to people's houses? No. The answer is no.
This person must be dreaming too.
It would appear that way, yes.
Oh no, am I gonna have to read some more? Oh no!
Can't say I'm very excited to go back there. That dream world sort of creeps me out.
Perhaps you should spend less time complaining and more time getting on with the mission.
Okay,
Yeah.
here I go. I breathe air scented with death and resist the urge to laugh, for I know it will sound like the words of a madman. How long have I been in this fresh hell? My box, my prison, is tucked beneath a stairway, the long unused catacombs of some infinite castle. Outside I hear the sounds of a funeral dirge that plays without end. Light has no place here. Wind is a forgotten friend. I pray for death to come, but he forsakes me. Time passes, and eternity slips by in a single tick of the clock. Someone knocks on my prison. Anyone there? I hear an unfamiliar voice say. My savior. I claw at the door of my jail, embedding thick splinters under my ragged nails. I scream for help. I laugh. I sob. Surely this is a product of my addled mind. Surely it cannot be true. Help me, I cry. For the love of the gods, help me. Possibly I hear the sound of a lock being torn out and falling to the floor. The door slowly creaks open. I have no time to see a silver-haired boy in a floating book before the light pours inside. My eyes, accustomed to blackness, explode with pain, and I am forced to turn away. Who are you? I ask, shaking hands covering my face. How have you come to this place? I'm Grimoire Weiss. This is Nier. Long have we been searching for you. Now come, stand. We shall awaken from this nightmare together. The one known as Nier extends his hand and pulls me from the cell. Though my eyes are slow to adjust to freedom, my ears are keen as ever, and they recognize the staccato sounds of heavy rain. Never thought to hear that again, I whisper. Would that this were not a terrible storm, said Grimoire Weiss. Look at your feet. Force my eyes open and see water pooling around my ankles and slapping at my shins. There's so much of it. Yes, and more comes each moment we delay. If we do not make good on our escape, we shall all drown in this castle. We know that we are weak, but you are our only hope to survive this place. Time, that long-forgotten friend, made itself known again. I nodded my head, swore to save my rescuers no matter the cost. Castle catacombs are a maze, twisting upon themselves like the endless entrails of a giant. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed north. Oh, I gotta choose. Oh, I thought it looked weird. At the end of the corridor, find a row of 20 gorgeous canopied beds resting atop a carpet of velvet. All are covered in a thick layer of dust and cobwebs. Searching for the door of the next room, come upon a shapeless mass of gray matter, which has been shoved against the side of the walls. Just by my fever, I think I see the outlines of a door just beyond. When I reach out a finger and touch a piece of the mass, it turns to dust and drifts away on the wind. Realization slowly dawns and I fall to my knees and weep. Corpses. Face a mound of charred and crumbling corpses. I look from it to the beds, and back again until the horror dawns full upon me. Someone has piled these bodies into a tower and set them ablaze. Whether they were alive or dead, I do not know. Sanity will not permit me to consider the proposition further. I make a sound, whether scream or laughter I cannot be certain. The moment grants me merciful blackness, and I find myself opening the door and leaving that most terrible of rooms. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed east. Squint down the dim corridors and proceed north. Squint down and go north again. At the end of the path, the waters rise to my waist, exhausting me both physically and spiritually. I pray that this is the way out. Eventually, I can stand the sight of the waters no longer, so turn my eyes upward. Imagine my surprise when I see a series of paintings hanging on the faded plaster wall. Each depicts a person in the prime of life, clad in clothing of the highest quality. What the fuck is going on? The styles, however, are strange to me, leading me to believe that these people had lived long, long ago. One subject wears an outfit that particularly catches my eye. It's constructed of thin, breezy cloth and decorated with a motif of flowers and birds, while encircling the figure's waist is a leather belt of the most perfect construction. It's a stunning costume, even by modern standards. As I gaze at the portrait, I'm struck by a desire to touch it with my own hands. Yet as I extend a single finger toward the painting, I'm gripped by a most unpleasant feeling. Staring closely at the image, I see it bend and warp into the shape of another finger. Something behind the picture is pointing at me. Is it another prisoner? A fellow inmate trapped for eternity in this place? I cannot let it pass. so I seize the portrait with both hands and throw it into the water. The wall is hollow behind the painting, and inside I can just make out a body. Whether or not this is a prisoner, there would be no rescue. Poor soul is long dead. Scraps of clothing lie on the floor around the bones, and a small amount of the fabric has survived, but it features the same delicate designs that were depicted in the portrait. I've been admiring a row of corpses blocked from view by portraits of each victim at their pinnacle. Enough! Shooting my eyes, I paddle forward through the water. Squint down the dim corridors and proceed south. Squint down the dim corridors and proceed west. At the end of the path, a row of heavy wooden casks lie on their side in a dark chamber, doubtless half filled with wine. My thirst roars to life. I cannot remember the last time my parched throat had relief. I scramble to the first cask and pull frantically at the cork. The theft of a few cups means nothing. I tell myself the cask will be ruined by the flood regardless. Finally, the cork surrenders to my attack, and thick red liquid bursts forth from the hole. This is no wine. It is blood still warm from the body, whether animal or something else I cannot say. Foul liquid soon mixes with the rising floodwaters, creating warmth that laps against my thighs. By all the gods, are the rest of these casks filled with blood as well? I lack the courage to confirm my suspicion. Disgust quickly becomes fear as I turn to flee, but my weakened lungs betray me, sending me toppling over into the red ocean below. The smell of death is everywhere. It threatens to consume me. I must escape this hell. Crawling on all fours like an animal, holding back screams lest any foulness enters my mouth, I lurch forward through the red waters and out of the room to freedom. I squint down the dim corridors, proceed east this time, and then I go east again. At the end of the path, I find myself in a gray hall with only the sounds of rain for comfort. The waterlogged red carpet squishes beneath my feet as I approach the center of the room. Once there, I behold a beautiful dining table upon which rests china and silver of the finest construction, as well as the remains of a fantastic feast. As my eyes continue to adjust, I see many chairs surrounding the table, each holding a dinner guest. Noticing movement, I approach the chair at the table's head. As the truth of the matter dawns on me, I recoil in horror. Host of the Feast of the Corpse, as are all the invited guests. An army of foul, wriggling insects have made homes in the remains, and this is the movement I saw. This once splendid feast was now nothing more than a requiem for the damned. Take a moment to steady my shaking hands and slowly back away from the table. Desperate to lose sight of the abomination before me, my gaze lands on the chairs upon which the dead were seated. This is a mistake, for the chairs prove to be even more terrible than the feast itself. Each one is covered in a layer of spikes that run from the seat up to the back and down the arms. This explains the color of the carpet beneath my feet. I can only pray that the unfortunate diners were dead when the meal began. For if not, it is a simple task to envision the agonized screams that must have sprung forth from their mouths. My mind grasped frantically at the possibility that these souls had committed some terrible crime for which this was punishment. Though in truth, I suspect they had committed no crime at all. There would be no tomorrow for these unfortunates. This was their last supper. What is happening? I go north. Water's risen into my chin and now laps greedily at my mouth and nose. You dumb bass, shouts Nier. He surely desires to say more, but the rest of his insults cut short by the rising water. Glimmer of ice, wet and tattered, floats on the water's surface. It was already too late for him. This wasn't how it was supposed to end. Oh. What? Huh? Oh, I was really on a time crunch or something there. Oh no. I actually got a game over? Oh no. Oh no. Oh, this wants me to like leave. The X is saying to leave, so do I have to talk to these people? Is this just bonus stuff? This feels like it might just be bonus stuff. But I mean, I gotta try, right? I gotta try, right? Alright, let me get another drink. I gotta parch my throat because I'm just reading a shit ton. I'll be right back. Give me like 2 minutes. Alright, so I'm willing to bet that these have solvable solutions or conclusions, right? But that they're not 100% necessary. But it's me we're talking about, right? So I would want to solve the answers here.
This person must be dreaming too.
It would appear that way, yes.
Can't say I'm very excited to go back.
Perhaps you should spend
Yeah.
Alright, let's try again. We can skip this dialogue since I've definitely already read it. We have to go north. Okay, we read this one. What did I do last time? Let's go south. I squint down and proceed north. Okay, I'm just going back and forth, it looks like. So we have to go east. West would go back. You know, it would probably be wise if I brought a piece of paper. If I literally got a pen and paper, west would go backwards. So I have to go north. Okay. Already fucked up. Already fucked up. I don't know how I fucked that up like that. How did I already fuck that up? Is it really like resetting? It might actually be resetting. Should I be saving first and then? I'm just way too lazy to go get a piece of paper and pen right now.
This person must be.
It would appear.
Can't say I'm.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go again. Okay, I think I fucked up there because I kept going back and forth, right? So let's not go back and forth. Okay, so I'm just gonna try to visualize it, right? We go north. So we wouldn't want to go south because then that's back. So go east. So we go east. And then we're going to go north because going west would go backwards again. Okay, so now north. So don't go south. So go east, west, or north. North. Okay, so I went north there. Oh, so then I gotta go back south. Okay, so now east or west? East? I reread this one. So I went east. Don't go west, so go north again. We make it, against all hope, we make it to the front door. Break it down, someone cries, and so I give it myself the effort. Did I do it? In tandem with Nier and Grimoire Vice, I slam my body against a thick, sturdy door. The third track gives way, and we find ourselves sprawled on the ground outside the castle. Storm is in retreat. Clouds above are still dark and foreboding, but to the west, I can see a thin shimmer of sunlight trying to break through. How can I thank you? I cry as tears join the rain on my cheeks. I would surely have died in there. Whew, looking down, I suddenly notice that my dress is in tatters, and I sheepishly try to cover my exposed skin. Your dress, asks Vice. Then you are a woman, madam. I am. I pro-offer the two a smile. Suppose that comes as something of surprise, seeing as how I exist only in the form of words. I can see that the one known as Nier is disappointed that the torn dress will be given no further description, but he hides it well. With a nod and a shrug, the three of us set forth to our awakening. But behind us, an awakening of another kind is taking place. Black smoke fills the abandoned castle, providing the countless damsels inside with their final shroud. After a moment, the castle's windows shatter with a mighty roar. Fresh breeze blows through the hallways and corridors, clearing the smoke away for good. As we watch in awe, uncountable black shadows slowly flicker to life, crossing to and fro in front of the broken windows. Castle's dead have awakened to their new life as shades.
You have anything to say about that?
Hopefully there will be no labyrinth next time.
I hear that.
I did it. Did I not get anything? Do you want to give me something, lady?
Thank you so much for saving me. I never want to have a dream like that again.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Oh, great. Okay, so we've had riddles. We had like a text-based dungeon crawler section here. I wonder what this next other person will be like.
And another victim. This work certainly is trying.
I figured
In
a
we
book
go.
like you would be into all this word stuff, Vice.
Even I have my exceptions. Now let's be off.
Okay. A colony of massive sculptures was visible in the distance, their tall forms scraping against the sky. Vice and Nier never seen such a sight. Their eyes widened as they tried to take it in.
Those buildings must be huge if we can see them from this far away. What do you think, Vice?
Thank you for reading. As Vice considered his answer, the sun beat down on them with renewed ferocity.
Perhaps they are some manner of mirage.
He said. Now stop reading. Under this heat, a mirage or two would hardly be an unexpected sight. Nier nodded and wiped the sweat off his brow, leaving a trail of sand in its place. He thought he'd never been so thirsty. The ancient road on which they walked was black and cracked with age. Here and there, thin wisps of grass pushed up through the rocky surface, as if defying those who had laid this material down over their home. The heat reflecting from the road made Nier lightheaded. His feet hurting, he crouched down to rest. I don't know how much longer I can do this. Is someone playing a joke on us or what? Complaining had already begun. Vice tried not to let his eyes roll too much. A joke, he said. No, no joke. This road leads to the city of art. Perhaps the path itself is simply some manner of grand artistic work. You don't sound very sure of yourself there. Perhaps not, but thinking of it in this way might make it easier for you to hear. Bear, even. Nier glanced at Vice's grinning face, shook his head, and resumed walking. As time passed, Nier's feet grew more painful and his throat drier than he thought possible. He tried not to look further than the next step ahead, because the bright sunlight made him hesitant to trust his own senses. We are definitely getting closer, said Vice in an effort to cheer his companion. Yes, this much is certain. Encouraged, Nier lifted his gaze. Suddenly, he stopped walking, choosing instead to stand in the middle of the road with his mouth and eyes wide open, and his finger pointing in the distance. Water, he cried. It's water. Water, asked Vice. Preposterous, I don't see any water. Over there, just ahead of us. Look, the sun is reflecting off it. Without waiting for a response, Nier sprang to life and bound toward the sight. What in the... There was no water. There was nothing but sand in every direction. Nier closed his eyes and sighed as Vice floated up behind him and chuckled softly. I believe this is known as a mirage, he said. Many a desert traveler has spoken of such things. Nier shook his head, bewildered. Suddenly he pointed off in the distance, his eyes wide open more. Wait, there it is. I just missed it. Look, it's right there. Nier sprinted off again, leaving Vice with no choice but to follow. After a few minutes of running, Nier came to a halt. Could have sworn it was right around here. Confused, he put his hands up to his eyes and rubbed them vigorously. As soon as he stopped, he noticed a blue shimmering pool of clear water just over the next rise. With a shout, he bounded off in search of it. Chase continued for nearly an hour, until an exasperated Vice finally floated up to Nier and struck him in the face with his cover. Enough, you blithering idiot. Stop this at once. There is no water here. Nier's face clouded. There isn't? There's not. Perhaps next time you'll listen to me when I tell you as much. Vice paused for a moment, then continued speaking in a slightly kinder tone. However, I suppose this mad chase was not altogether wasted. It seems we have arrived in the city of art. Nier looked up. Stretched out before him was a row of impossibly tall sculptures. Their journey was at an end. They're huge, cried Nier, completely forgetting the heat and pain of the past few hours. I've never seen anything so big. Let me plug actually my phone in here. Wait, can I reach it from here? Uh-oh. Yep. charge my phone here by my console. Nice. Perfect. Alright, let's keep reading. Each sculpture was formed from roughly the same shape, a tall rectangle that stretched up towards the sky, but that is where the similarities ended. Most were covered with panes of glass that reflected light in 1,000 directions, while others seemed to be nothing but frames of steel. Some had tall spires on their tops, while others possessed triangular capes. What kind of city is this, said Nier? Where are the people? Where are the houses? Perhaps the land is intended exclusively for artistic use. The debate continued as they made their way through the city. Miracles of artistry were everywhere. Great iron crates with wheels sat silent on steel rails. Beautifully carved works with lights of red, amber, and green dangled over every street. As they moved away from the massive sculptures, they found a great array of smaller ones. Some were covered in glass or brick, but many were composed of materials they had never before encountered. Sheer variety of colors and styles was staggering. Unable to find a theme or purpose of the abstract works around them, Nier and Weiss eventually fell silent. On the outskirts of the city, they discovered 3 sculptures in the shapes of humans. Nier uttered a sigh of relief as he approached them. Finally, I was getting tired of modern art. 3 statues were indistinguishable, except for a single word chiseled into the right arms. One read Alpha, one read Beta, and the final one read Gamma. The Magnet Warriors. As Nier moved to touch the nearest statue, a bird flew from the top one of the sculptures. Lighting on the statue's shoulder emitted a brief, beautiful song that took the form of words. Only one form is real, the others are false. The real form will always speak the truth. The false ones will only speak lies. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. With that, the bird departed. As if on cue, the 3 statues shuddered to life, acquiring color and form as they began to breathe. Hey, look at that, said Nier. They're alive. The triplets bowed low before Nier. Please, said Alpha. You have to get me out of this nightmare. I am real. Stop lying, said Beta. He turned to Nier and threw his hands in the air. Alpha's a fake. You know, I'm the real one. What a load of crap, said Gamma. Beta is fake. Everyone knows I'm the real one around here. It's one of these kinds of riddles. Okay, so only one speaks the truth, right? Please, said Alpha. You have to get me out of this nightmare. I'm real. So if Alpha is real, then you have to get me out of here. I am real. Then what he's saying is real, right? That would mean Beta and Gamma are liars. Beta, Alpha's a fake. You know, I'm the real one. That makes sense. He would be calling Alpha a liar, which is untrue, and he says he's the real one, which is also untrue. So that's fine. But then the last one was a load of crap. Beta is a fake. But we know he's a fake. Then if that was the case, then he is fake. This is a contradiction statement in the last one. Everyone knows I'm the only one real around here. So let's assume Beta is real, is the truth speaker. That would mean Alpha calling himself as real is wrong and makes sense. And then Beta would say Alpha's a fake, which would make sense, and I'm the real one. And then Gamma saying also would be a liar. So I'm gonna assume that, and then let's try out the last guy, right? The last guy, Alpha would be wrong. Yeah. I mean, just by these 3 statements alone, Beta has to be the truth speaker. The respective pleas given, the 3 statues returned to their frozen state as silence once again enveloped the city. When you consider all the statements, only one of them could be the real thing, said Weiss. Nier furrowed his eyebrows and considered his answer. Man, I'm so smart. Only one form is real, the others are false. The real form will always speak the truth. The false ones will only speak lies. The real one? I wonder what would happen if you said, I don't have a clue. The real one is Beta. The real one is Beta. Though Nier's voice betrayed a notable lack of confidence, he was relieved to see Weiss nodding at him. If Alpha were telling the truth, began Weiss in the dry tones of a lecturer, Beta and Gamma would be fakes. But in that case, Gamma's claim that Beta's fake would be the truth, even though Gamma's a liar. Therefore, that theory crumbles. Now let us presume that Gamma spoke the truth. That makes Alpha and Beta liars. In this situation, however, Beta is calling Alpha a liar, which would leave us 2 statues telling the truth. Finally, let us assume that Beta is telling the truth. If so, Alpha and Gamma's lies would make sense. Therefore, Beta must be real. As Weiss finished his explanation, Alpha and Gamma crumbled soundlessly into dust, while Beta sprang to life once more. Congratulations, villager. said Vice in a cheerful voice. The time to awaken has arrived. Thank you for saving me, cried the villager. He dropped to his knee and bowed his head as low as it could go before an uncomfortable Nier pulled him to his feet. Why did you have a dream like this? Asked Vice. Have you been to the city before? The villager slowly looked around at the bizarre objects and sculptures that dotted the landscape, then shook his head. I don't think so. I mean, it's impossible, right? There's no way I could have ever been to a place like this, but at the same time, I feel like I've seen it before. Deja vu, muttered Nier, just like the mayor. The vague sense of unease that struck Nier during the mayor's dream spread once more through his mind.
That was rough.
I am positive I have seen that place before.
Okay, that's enough. Don't need you getting all weird on me too. Okay, there. Now all the
Yeah, I
villagers can
did
wake
it.
up, right?
Yes, if the mayor's assumption was correct.
Jesus, that was a lot of
I
reading.
think I've had enough wordplay to last a lifetime. Thank you very much.
You're telling me. Anyway, let's go see the mayor.
I did the damn thing. I feel like I should save just in case again. Oh wait, now the mayor has the X on him. So maybe those weren't optional? I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, how wonderful. Thank you so much. Here, I have something for you.
What is it? Obtain the one-handed sword. Faith, hey!
Wow, this looks valuable. I can
Hey!
have it?
Of course. It's apparently a weapon of some renown, but we have little use for it.
Well, we appreciate it.
Thank you again for everything.
Hey! Let's take a look. Oh, Faith. Wait, this is the one, right? It's very light, but it's a lot weaker than these. I do want to check this though. A sword carried by the world's most loyal servant. Like that loyalty, the sword's blade is straight and true. Straight and true. There was once a famous poet in a land of the far, far east. Now in his twilight years, his ability had withered such that he could no longer craft a single stanza or verse. The poor poet spent every moment racked with sorrow for what had been lost. But one day, a monk appeared by his side, gently placed a blade in his hand, and imparted the following words. Something, something, something. I wish I could go from this screen and just check all these. But I have to you have to back out and then go. Very upsetting. How do I get most of these materials? I mean, I know on this one, right? I have one of the scorpion claws. So I'd have to go to the desert and just keep farming claws, but that doesn't sound like something I'd want to do at the moment. Broken antenna? I mean, I assume I'm going to be back in... Oh, another goat hide for this. I assume I'm going to be back in a lot of these places. For whatever reason. Like the places, like the dungeony areas. Almost like how I had to go back to the... whatever temple for the desert place. Maybe at some point gonna have to go back, do things, more quests, more missions, more story. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know.
So how was the village?
Oh, it was truly magnificent. There are no words, really.
Neat.
She has no idea.
Let's get back to Popola. She'll probably want to know what's going on in there.
All right, Popola, let's go. Let's go. Trying to ride this thing. Uh-oh. Popola. Can I cross the bridge? Yep. Oh, yeah. Look at me go. No, stop, stop, stop. Sharp turned too much. There. I piloted well there. I'm gonna say I did it. Bum, 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 bum. Popola, popola, popola. Can I possibly potentially water my plants? I mean, I doubt it. I don't know. Felt like it was worth checking. Felt like it was worth checking. Look at me getting shit done.
The death dream certainly is a strange illness.
Yeah, it was something all right.
Even I, with my natural love for words, have no desire to visit that place ever again.
You guys did well. You've been making a lot of long trips lately. Are you sure you're not
You're
pushing
telling me,
yourself
dude.
too hard?
I'm okay. I can't just sit around all day while Yona's sick after all.
If you say so.
So, anything I can do for you?
Well, I suppose there is one thing I could use a hand with. Have you heard about our plans to repair the canal? The work probably won't happen for a while, but once it's done, we can use the canal for trade and travel and all kinds of useful things. Unfortunately, however, we're a bit behind schedule at the moment. If you're willing to help out, I'd really appreciate it.
No problem. What do you need?
Great. So, the man I originally asked to help on this project hasn't shown up for work in a few days.
Oh.
I'm starting to get a little worried. So, maybe you can head over to Seafront and check up on him? I'll mark the location of his house on your map. He always carries a red bag over his shoulder, so he should be easy enough to
Did
find.
he steal money?
Got it.
Did you just take the project money and leave? Alright, C to C
A canal,
front.
is it? Fascinating. If we had a ferry, we could put these days of endlessly running about behind us.
Don't you just float everywhere anyway?
Do you think I am borne aloft by the winds, lad? It takes stamina to maintain this height.
Oh,
Oh.
really?
You could at least try to hide the utter dismay, you know.
If you say so, Vice. I don't know if I believe you. I don't know if I believe you. Should I try to take this thing down? See how much stronger I've gotten. That didn't do as much damage as I thought it would. Let me try. I think it's probably supposed to be more like queer, a bunch of small guys, right? Probably. Or maybe my magic is weak. Down he goes. Down he goes. Beach. Beach. Deek. Deek. Oh, that's my bad, because I was testing it. I was like, how close do I have to be? I got straight up kicked, and now they're chasing me, I think. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God, stop chasing me. Please stop. Please, no more chasing. Curious about something. Let me see. Bum, ba-da-dum, bum. Okay. Okay, so apparently, oh, he's right there. Right in front of me. Why does he look like he comes from Assassin's Creed or something?
Hey, are you the guy who's supposed to help repair the canal? Popola sent me to...
Oh God, it's over. My life is over.
Surely you must realize nothing good can come of being involved with this particular endeavor.
Easy, Vice. Hey, so, are you alright? What happened?
It's my wife. She left home a week ago and hasn't come back.
It's my wife.
I'm so worried I can't even focus on my work. Oh, my sweet dumpling, where are you?
This guy's voice is incredible.
Wow, that's terrible. Would you like us to help you look for her?
Really? You do that for me?
Sure. But do you have any idea where we should start?
Well, she always used to enjoy drinking at the tavern with her friends.
Alright, then I guess we'll start with them.
Thank you. This means the world to me. Oh, and by the way, my wife always carries a red bag, just like mine. If you mention that, it might ring some bells.
I've met some odd couples in my day, but none who felt the need to wander about flaunting matching luggage.
You need to get with the times. Coordinated outfits are all the rage. Plus, these bags are special. We bought them for our anniversary. But now my sweet dumpling is gone. And it's all my fault.
Okay. Just stay calm. We'll go look for her, alright? You sit tight.
Okay, good. It's the tavern
I'm willing
here.
to bet that man knows more about his wife absconding than he's letting on.
Hey there, I'm, looking for a woman carrying a red bag.
Are you now? Interesting. Did something happen to her?
She hasn't been home and her husband's worried. Do you know anything about where she might be?
Trouble in paradise, is it? Oh, those two never change. Anyway, the short answer is no. She hasn't been around here either.
Oh, I thought I thought the thing behind her was like a red bag. I thought this was her.
Though come to think of it, but she always got on well with the woman over at the tackle shop. Maybe you should try her?
I'll do that. Thanks.
Hey, what's the rush? You've got a cute face. Why not sit here and join me for a round? Or 3?
Do it, Nier. Do it.
Sorry, ma'am, but I'm not old enough to drink.
Damn it. You're a coward, Nier. Red bag.
Hey there. Do you know a woman with a red bag by any chance?
A red bag? Oh, sure. Although now that I think about it, I haven't seen her in a while. Last time she came around, she mentioned something about leaving town, but I figured it was just idle talk.
Leaving town, huh? Alright, thanks for your time.
Leaving town.
If she has truly left this charming hamlet, finding her may prove most difficult indeed.
I just hope she hasn't been attacked by shades or anything.
Let us go. I assume I just gotta go. She wouldn't be at that weird house, would she? I hope not. Ah! It's a shade.
Something about that shade seems rather odd.
Oh no, did it have a red bag? Oh no! Oh no!
Look at this.
It is identical to the red satchel carried by the man who sent us on this mad quest.
Oh god!
Perhaps it belongs to his spouse.
Oh no. Do you think the shades got her?
I fear it likely, lad. I sense no other activity in the immediate vicinity.
Uh-oh.
Well, this is terrible. What are we supposed to say?
However difficult it may be, we've no choice but to tell the man the truth.
Uh-oh. Now he'll never finish the construction or whatever.
Hey, did you find my sweet dumpling?
We didn't. But we got this off a shade.
Handed over the red bag.
Oh no. This is hers.
So our fears were correct.
Oh god. How could this happen to her? This is all my fault.
Why is this all his fault? Ask the man.
If I may, my good man, why did your wife leave home in the first place?
It's because...
Is that more infidelity?
I think we should give him some time to himself, Vice.
Really?
Honey, I'm home. Good heavens, you're a wreck. What's wrong?
Dumpling, you're not dead.
What in the world are you talking about? Oh, you found my bag. Thank you so much. I can't believe I went and dropped it like that.
Oh, this is such a relief.
Okay, seriously. What's going on?
Big sniff. 5 minutes later.
I see. So,
he found a shade with my bag and assumed I'd been attacked and killed.
I'm just glad you're safe, Dumpling, but I'm also so sorry. This is all my fault. Oh, if I didn't eat that apple you were saving. Oh, God, I'm such an idiot! Listen, I promise I'll never eat anything of yours again. You just promise never to run away from home again, okay?
Run away? Have you lost your mind? I just went to visit my parents.
Huh?
I told you about this. Going to see my family, gone for a week. Remember? Ugh, are you serious right now? Why don't you ever listen to me?
Lad, my brilliant intuition suggests we should beat a hasty retreat from these two with all speed.
Should we get out of here? Let's stick around and listen.
I can't believe you didn't listen to me, and you ate my apple. Ugh, you are the absolute worst.
What? Oh, like you're some perfect angel. You didn't even care enough about our anniversary to hang on to your bag. You, kid, I'm right about this, yeah? If anyone's wrong here, it's my wife, right?
Wait, you're asking me?
Who's in the wrong here? I'm gonna... they're both very silly. I'm gonna say the husband.
Well, you shouldn't have eaten your wife's apple. That's not very nice.
But I was hungry, and it was just sitting there. Look, I'm glad you went looking for my wife and all, but that was low, friend. Low.
Did I cross a line there?
Besides, it's pretty rich to come after me for an apple when you threw away my entire stamp collection.
Ha! You're damn right I did, and I'd do it again. You are nothing but a hoarding slob. You there! My husband's in the wrong here, isn't he?
Pardon, but madam,
I'm gonna say both of them. Fuck it.
Oh, enough. The both of you are at fault. Now apologize to one another and end this ridiculous display.
Big talk for a floating magazine.
Damn.
I see you finally agree on
Called a
something.
floating magazine.
Do you not even understand how frustrating this is, you colossal oaf? This is exactly what I hate about you.
Some people just shouldn't be together.
Fine, hate me. I'll still sleep like a baby knowing I'm not an unreasonable hag like you.
Vice, what do I do?
You turn on your heel and walk away as fast as your legs can carry you, my good lad.
That's it. I have had enough. Instead of belittling me, why don't you get a proper job? Everyone in the neighborhood treats me like dirt, and it's all because of my unemployed slob of a husband.
Actually, I have a job now.
Wait, you what? You're kidding. Why didn't you tell me? That's great.
Well, I sort of wanted it to be a surprise.
Sorry, one moment. I gotta do something here. Okay.
Oh, you big silly Billy. Well, this calls for a celebration. Come on, I'm going to bake you a nice apple pie.
Oh, great. They're back together. Goodbye, Assassin's Creed man.
I have no idea what just transpired, but it has utterly exhausted me.
Well, looks like they made up, so all's well that ends well?
In the course of all that madness, I have forgotten why we even came here in the first place.
Canal.
The canal. We need to ask him about the canal.
Canal.
I can't thank you enough for all your help.
Sure, but listen, we need to talk to you about the canal.
Oh, right! That's why you came here in the first place, huh? Well, now that my love life is rolling in clover again, I'd be more than happy to get going on the canal work.
Thanks, sir.
Heavens, that was exhausting.
Tell me about it. Anyway, let's go give Popola an update.
Let's go! We got the canal!
The couple with the red bags were a strange pair indeed. It boggles the mind to think their relationship can persist despite such intense squabbling.
Well, they looked pretty happy in the end, at least. Maybe the secret
Spider.
to living a happy life is sharing your feelings, even when they're sort of mean and weird.
If you adopt such a strategy, I may leave for groceries one day and never return.
Camera always freaks out when you go through those things. Archways. Perhaps you could call them. Let's go!
Goodness. It sounds like the canal repairman had quite the problem on his hands. I'm glad everything turned out all right.
No, he's just an idiot.
Thank you so much for your help.
Don't mention it. I'm looking forward to seeing how the canal turns out. If you need anything else from us, just say the word.
That it then?
Hey, wait!
Huh?
I almost forgot. Yona is looking for you.
Huh?
She said she needed something from you. Time to go play Big
Great.
Brother for a bit, huh?
I guess so. Thanks, Popola.
Time to play Big Brother. You're no longer big sister, now you're num nums. Is that is that the line from that nightmarish Rugrats episode? I can't even remember. Or like she was getting Angelica was maybe getting a little brother or something. I don't know. No, now I remember what the line is. It's you used to be my big sister, and now you're num nums. I remember. I remember. Now can I water these? Damn it. I don't know why I got excited. I thought they were just I thought they were at their like next stage or whatever. Oh hey, goodies. Nice. Nice. 700 gold.
Yay, you're back.
Popola said you needed something?
Yeah, a favor, actually.
What is it? I can't help if you don't tell me, sis.
Out with it.
Okay, I'm gonna say it. Ready?
I'm ready, Yona.
I need you to help my friend.
Your friend?
You have a friend?
Yep, I have a friend. And we've been writing each other letters.
Seriously?
A pen pal? How delightful.
So who is this friend?
Well, he's kinda...
He? It's a guy?
Oh no, protective Nier coming out.
Yes, and he's sick and in a whole lot of trouble. And I know that you and Vicey are the only ones who can help him.
Vicey?
Tell me about this guy.
He lives in this really big house down south, and he's super nice, and he's my friend. So you have to help him, please?
Yona, listen.
Please?
Please.
Great. Now what do I do?
Can't say no to her.
Fine. I'll see what I can do.
Yay! Thank you!
Where is it?
Please help him, okay?
I assume the map will tell me. It said a house, right? House south? Is it the weird spider house?
Great. Yona's got a boyfriend.
Is something amiss, lad? Your voice is trembling.
No, it isn't. Shut up.
Spider house? Is it spider house? Oh no, it's gonna be spider house, isn't it? I'm gonna save just in case this becomes a long drawn thing. I don't know how much longer I want to play tonight. Or if I want to even possibly maybe switch up games. I don't know. I don't know. I can't make up my mind. Oh well. I guess I can see if it's a spider house. I guess we could keep going. I like how pathetic his dash is. Oh, it is that. It is the scary spider house.
How can these creatures let us dispatch them without complaint? And what would make them appear in this area in the first place? It is hardly what one would call especially fertile ground.
Kick those guys' ass. And I became level 14. Ow, fuck. I don't want to fight the big guy. Fuck him. Hey, a word obtained. Attack power 6. That seems like it's good. I guess I can see, right? Weapons. Equip best. Oh. It did. Yeah, I haven't been too impressed by the spikes. Well, it does stick them at least. Guard resistance. Whatever. They're not coming to pick up a fight with me, it seems. It said martial arts. Okay, so that did get updated. They were all, that new word I just got was okay. I missed the spider. Oh fuck, they came from behind. How dare they? How dare they? Oh, it's a weird house time. Oh wait, am I poisoned? I'm totally poisoned. I don't want to use one of my weeds though. I don't want to use any of my weeds. Alright, weird house.
We have been waiting for you, sirs. Please, right this way.
Who are you? Why are you dating my sister? I don't think this guy's dating me. I think this is just a butler. I think this man's just a butler. A butler? Uh-oh. It's weird and gray in here as well. Uh-oh, this man only walks in right angles. Kinda help me, I'm scared. No map. No map. Door? Dorge? Was I supposed to be in here?
Please wait here.
Oh. I thought did I go before him?
Waiting's a bitch. Just let me know if any shades show up, okay?
Is she just gonna sit on the couch? She is just gonna sit on the couch. She's gonna lay on the couch. She is done. So what is this music?
Heine sure is something, huh?
She must have nerves of pure steel.
Can I just leave? What is this place? Should I be freaked out? Am I in a scary place now? Scary space. Scary place, scary space. Oh, this is the other side of that. Huh. Kitchen. Blurry.
I do not like this one bit.
What's the matter, Vice? Scared?
Yes. I am. Who is this man in the paintings? Who's this man? There's a keyhole marked darkness here. Oh. Lovely. I like this, like, slow pace Nier's got going on.
perhaps we should head back, yes?
Okay. Keyhole marked moon here. Moon, you say?
Perhaps we...
Alright, I guess there's nothing we can really do. I'm so prepared for a jump scare to happen. I'm scared. Gonna have the butler come and yell at me. Back to the kitchen. Grab a pot, it's fine. Protect yourself. Wear it like a helmet or something. Oh no, she's gone.
Where'd Kaine go?
Oh no.
I knew this was a
Oh
terrible
no.
idea.
Oh no.
Haunted manners and the like. Why does no one ever listen to me?
Mm-mm. Kaine. Kaine. Where's this area? Am I just supposed to leave?
It's locked.
Oh no. They locked us in. Oh no. Well, now we're boned. What was that? Oh my god, that voice scared the hell out of me. That was like that sounded like a man screaming in the distance. God, the timing on it scared the shit out of me. Did that painting change right there?
What's this?
Oh my god, I recognize that it changed. Oh no. I'm so scared. It's not October. Uh-oh, these paintings changed too. Oh. Oh no. Oh no.
It looks like it's in pain. It's kind of scary.
Yes, come now. Brave faces. Onward and upward, eh? Yes, come now. Brave faces. Onward and upward, eh?
Is he just gonna say that about all of them?
Yes.
Might as well check.
Yes.
Hidden items tutorial. Oh. Some required items may be hidden in the field. Search for sparkling points or break wooden boxes to obtain the items inside. Cool. You mean like this item? Moon key. Yay. Moon key. Who was it that was screaming in the game earlier? The man voice. Straight up man voice. I forget, is the moon key?
Shades.
Ah.
What foul hole did they crawl from?
Obtained Oter. Used with magic and weapons. Weapons magic EXP rate 4%. Oh. That's pretty handy. Stopped clock. Stopped clock. Oh, now I got bloody footprints. I use that moon key. Use it! Wait, what's that? What is that dot on the minimap? I guess pointing that direction. I don't know. I don't know. Keyhole marked star here. Okay. No there. No going. No going there. Oh god. Get out of here. Don't want to deal with you. I don't want to deal with the scary spider. Oh, cutscene. Is this the band?
You're a male. Young. Not even 20.
Oh.
You figured that out from my footsteps?
It's not hard once you know how.
Then I suppose I should tell you about my friend Vice.
I only heard one set of footsteps.
He's a floating book.
Grimoire Weiss does not strut about like a common land mammal. But enough of this introductory chatter. Let us hear your tale.
My name is Emil. I'm the master of this manor.
Ah, okay.
So you're the one who sent the letters?
Letters? What are you talking about?
Of course you don't know. Such a thing would be far too simple.
No! Stay back!
Huh?
I'm sorry. It's my eyes. Anything I look at gets turned to stone.
Oof.
That's why I live with this blindfold.
What a remarkable skill. I've never heard of such a thing.
Anyway, I suppose my butler might know more about the letters you received. This key here can unlock any door in the manor. So if you'd like my assistance...
No, please. Don't trouble yourself. We can get around on our own.
Oh, right. Sure. Well, here's the key then. The butler's quarters are at the far end of the manor. Let me at least give you a map. It's a big place, and I don't want you to get lost.
Star key. Okay, there we go. Map.
The butler's quarters are at the far end of the manor.
Far end? God, I feel like I'm
What
playing.
should we do about Kaine?
Leave her. That woman is capable enough on her own.
Jeez. Remind
The
me to
camera
never get
changes
on
are
your
getting
bad
me.
side.
You used the star key.
What's that?
A butler, or at least a remarkable likeness of one. I knew this was a trap. Curse my brilliant intuition.
What? Huh? What? What the hell has happened? That was like a woman's voice. That wasn't Kaine, was it? That wasn't Kaine, was it? What the hell is that?
Shades!
I am pinned in a corner. I can't move. God, it looks like a murder happened in this room now. Oh, God. Spider out of nowhere. Obtain the light key. Oh, fucking hell. Light key. Ew. Turn it off. Turn it off. Is it actually gonna like overfill? I doubt it. Doesn't look like it's moving. You used the light key. Oh, hello, Butler. If that's your real name.
Whoa.
Is that another one?
Oh.
It moves.
What's going on here?
Sir?
What is this?
Oh, this is my butler. He helps me out around the manor.
So it's not a real human, maybe because he turns real humans into stone or whatever.
He's a good man at heart, but a bit inflexible. Almost like a statue.
Yes, and I do apologize for that, Master Emil.
I doubt he's even human.
We're here because my sister received some letters from this manor.
Yes, I wrote those letters. Please forgive my impertinence. As you may know, Master Emil, deeply pained by his eyes, has shut himself away from the world. He suffers greatly behind that blindfold, and I feel it is my duty to help however I can. I heard tale of the exploits of an emerging hero, and so I sent a letter to you under Master Emil's name. But I received a response from one Miss Yona instead.
Wait, so Yona's pen pal is you?
It is, sir. My letters merely requested that you come to the manor. I meant no ill intent.
I believe Yona saw the exchange somewhat differently.
Yeah, sounds like she misunderstood the situation.
Regardless, I am quite pleased to see you here. Long have I dreamed of the day we might be able to do something about Master Emil's eyes.
I see.
Yes, well, I am afraid we, or at least this lad beside me, is neither hero nor physician, so if you'll excuse us.
Please, we're so close. The cure for Master Emil's condition is located in this very manor.
Then why don't you just go get it?
Alas, the location of the cure has become a den for those abominable shades, and I lack the skill to combat them. I beg of you, defeat the shades and restore Master Emil's sight.
You know this is an impossible task. Why would you ask it of our guests?
Well, we've no more time to waste, so...
It's okay. We'll do it.
See here, lad. This is no time to play the hero.
People need to look out for each other, Vice. Plus, we have to find Kaine anyway.
1,000 thank yous. I owe you a debt that can never be repaid.
Darkness key.
I'm really sorry for all the trouble. My butler cares so much for me, but for him to make such outlandish requests...
These people. Where is he walking? Is he gonna follow us? Is he gonna weirdly follow us? Seems like it.
But hey, at least I can petrify your enemies. That's gotta be some help, right? I can't let you do this on your own, so I'll be right here if you need me.
Oh no.
Maybe my eyes can be useful for once.
Is he gonna petrify me? Oh, there he goes. He petrified him. Okay, so he's got some ability. Ow. I can't roll. I can't combat roll, and that's fucking me up. I keep trying to do the dodge roll, and I'm not allowed to. Oh my god, the paintings keep changing. Are they even worse now? Oh, they are. Oh god. Oh god. Thick dictionary. Just a thick dictionary. Now where am I going? Now where am I going? Obtain the one-handed sword, Blade of Treachery. Excuse me? Blade of Treachery? When a man who has lost his way wields a sword, the blade becomes blunt as wood. Oh hey, I've got those things to upgrade it. Look at that. Simple machine. Some copper ore. Oh, it can get upgraded pretty nicely. A little more strength, I think. Probably, but magic power's pretty low. The sisters were puppets of complex machinery, so fine was their construction that any who laid eyes upon them assumed they were human in every way. They were the embodiment of man's greatest technological achievements. They walked like humans, ate like humans, laughed like humans. One thing they could not do, however, was shed tears, for they were not designed in that way. Where does this go to? Wait, is this a save point? I do like how the spikes like freeze them and basically hold them in spots, right? Bam.
This is hardly the time to be writing letters.
Wait, the game doesn't want me to save? Oh. I think it thought the enemy was still technically there. Alright, I gotta go to the restroom real quick. Let's keep playing. Let's keep playing for a bit. I'm curious to see what fucking happens here. I gotta go to the restroom though. Let me save, just in case. Okay, gotta go to the restroom. We'll be right back. come back. I've done the thing. My controller's charged enough, right? Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Do I go out here? What does this go to? There's nothing in here, is there? Oh, he warped. He's got the strange warpy magic like Kaine. Oh, it's locked? Oh god, why? Kind of a pain that I can't dodge roll around. I missed. Smash, smash, smash. Is there nothing in here? I just got trapped in here. I had to fight for my life. Okay, maybe this other room. I mean, there's a save point right before it, and I'm not gonna lie, the mini-map makes it look like a a room that a boss fight would occur. Perhaps, you know? You know?
This is it. We should find the cure somewhere nearby.
Bah, I do not like anything about this place.
Uh-oh. What the hell is happening? I don't trust this kid. I'm gonna be honest. No trust. Evil book? Oh no, it's another vice. Attack it.
This book's kind of like you, Vice.
Oh god. Oh god.
Oh, aren't we clever? As if any mere tome could compare to the wonderment that is Grimoire Vice.
It's being protected. It can't get hit by magic.
Petrification is a fearsome power indeed.
Ow, fuck. Block.
There's no end to this.
Pages of this infernal book are sharp as knives.
Guess you never learned that trick, huh?
Bring, bring. This seems simple enough. Ah, fuck. Ah, fuck. Oh, he dealt with the pages. Like, damn. He's doing his best. He's helping. I gotta give it to him. He do be helping. Wow, he took care of all the pages. Damn. Nice. Oh shit, something's happening. Something different's happening, guy. Emil, oh wait, am I supposed to?
Oh no! I can't petrify it!
Oh god. Something's happening. Oh, hi, Kaine. Nice of you to show up. The hell were you?
lost. Where have you been?
Getting stomped by this thing. Help!
This foe's strength is beyond measure.
What do we do?
I am an arcane text, not some manual of combat.
Jesus,
You
I
are
was scratching
supposed
my
to deal
head.
with such matters.
I didn't have my hand to dodge roll.
You guys run! I'll hold it off while you escape!
Who's this kid?
That's Emil. He's the one who runs this.
Fuck, this book is a real asshole!
She's not even listening.
He's too busy vomiting filth disguised as language.
I love how she'll curse and he just hates that she curses.
I can't ask you to die for me.
Aye, aren't we the bold one? And yet I fear that would be a foolish course of action at this juncture.
Besides, we'd never let you do that.
Would you all please just shut the hell up?
What?
I'm just saying, if you bastards want to have a goddamn civilized discussion on the merits of bravery and sacrifice, we can do it later!
Is this your way of encouraging us?
Have we truly sunk to motivational speeches from a woman in her undergarments?
God, Vice hates her. Oh, here we go. We did something. We did a thing, guys. Good job. Oh, shit. I guess I just gotta keep striking it till the barrier breaks.
Now!
There we go. There we go, big dog. This stupid book. Book go poof. Don't read the mysterious
this
pages.
Is it.
Research report on petrification. Well, well.
Obtained a sealed verse. Dark Whirlwind. Attack with magical rotating blades. Charge to increase the number of blades.
Oh no! This passage is written in some kind of code. We went through all this trouble to find it, and now...
Oh look, Jeeves is back.
Jeeves.
Please allow me to handle this, Master Emil. I shall put all of my efforts into deconstructing
Jeeves.
this cipher. No matter how long it takes, I will not fail.
Sebastian.
Ah, so the servant has a name after all.
I got new magic.
Emil, listen to me.
What is it, Kaine?
Buh. Careful, Kaine. He's got petrify you.
Your eyes are not a sin. Don't ever be ashamed of them. They're a vital part of you. Do you understand?
What's this? A shade? How did you...
This arm is your cursed weapon. I thought I would only need it until I had earned my revenge. Once that happened... I figured it was all over. But there's a reason I'm alive. That my arm is alive. And there's a reason for your eyes, too.
Kaine.
But listen, if this shade should ever...
Huh? What are you whispering, Kaine?
No!
Why do I feel like she just told him,
Kaine.
hey, if something happens, fucking take me out.
I promise I'll never give up, Kaine. But you can't give up either.
Well, we're off.
All right.
Hey, so Yona's sick, and she doesn't get out much. Do you think you might be able to send her more letters when you have the time?
I would be delighted, sir.
Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for everything.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Take care, Emil. I hope your eyes get better soon.
Sealed verses collected.
I saw you exchange some words with that Emil lad earlier. Hopefully it was nothing inappropriate for a young man of his age.
God, Vice.
Speak the truth, hussy.
Book? Shut up.
Yeah, calm down, Vice. We've got our hands on all the sealed verses now.
All that remains is to find this grimoire noir.
Then we can finally save Yona.
Grimoire Noir. So I think I've... let me try the whirlwind. Whoa, yeah. You know what? I kind of like this. The thing is, I don't know. I mean, obviously, we don't know how much damage it's doing. But this is almost like a set it and forget it type spell. Oh, once they're spinning, you can't restart the spell at all. You can like throw them off by...
Come back soon, okay?
Okay.
It may take time, but I shall find a way to cure my master's eyes. I swear it.
Alright, good luck with that. This creepy mansion. Alright, so I just go back to the village then. Oh no, back to the lab again. Sap. 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 Pick up that sap. Pick it up. Pick up that clay. Hello, boar. Got some nice music going. Everything is good. Everything is grand. Everything is coming up Boston. Everything is coming up near. Oh? Oh.
Yona, you need to lie down.
I know.
Lie down. I will force you down. Just pushes her down. Sleep.
It won't be much longer, I promise. I finally collected all of the sealed verses. Now, I just need to find Grimoire Noir.
Grimoire Noir.
Sounds dangerous.
What a name.
Will you be okay?
Of course I will.
Is this gonna make me better? Is my cough going to go away?
Definitely.
because of this, are you?
What are you talking about?
It's just... I don't want you to hate me because of this terrible disease.
Yona, I could never hate you. I'm gonna go see if Popola has more medicine.
Medicine. Medicine time. Nice. Money. Money.
Yona's
money in
looking
the
weaker
bank.
and weaker every day.
Yeah.
Oh. I just cut him off. Yes. Whoops. Whoops. Oh, we just passed the 20-hour mark. Excellent. Grimoire Noir. Such a cooler name than Grimoire Vice.
Popola, Yona's cough is getting worse.
Oh, that's not good.
Any chance you could give me some more medicine? Please?
The thing is, I actually just ran out.
Ugh. Unhelpful.
I hate to ask this, but can you get me some vapor moss? You'll find it growing near the southern gate.
Vapor moss, huh? I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'll go get some vapor moss. Yeah, I'll go get some vapor moss. Near the southern gate. Interesting. Vapor moss. How do I get up here? Damn. That's a damn shame. Oh hey, vapor moss. Emil? Huh?
Emil?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The hell?
What is it? What happened?
Hurry.
Emil!
Uh-oh. You don't look so good, Emil.
He doesn't seem to be sick. I think it's just fatigue. I can't imagine how hard it must have been to run all this way without sight.
Are you alright, Emil?
I can see it.
Hey, just take it easy, okay?
The air. It's vibrating.
Uh-oh. Vibrating air disease.
I can feel it behind my eyes. So much pressure.
Oh, that sounds horrifying.
There's so many of them. Get out. Get out of the village. The shades are coming.
Huh?
Sounds like they're already here.
Come on, let's go.
The hell? The hell is happening? Someone's gotta do something. Oh, what is this? Transition into sleep mode. Transition to sleep mode is proceeding smoothly. All that remains is to pray for Project Gestalt's ultimate success. May God have mercy on us all. Okay. Uh-oh.
Damn it! It's not gonna hold!
Oh, God! Oh, is it a big guy? Big one? A big one? No, it's just multiple medium ones. Oh, look at that, they're gangly. Look at them stalking about.
The shades are attacking.
Time to stop them. Run.
The hell's going on?
Good question.
No time. Get everyone into the library. And please.
Not Popola.
Make sure Yona's safe.
Don't worry. I'll grab him. Just don't get yourself killed, all right?
I won't. Now go, Devila. Hurry!
Not Popola.
We have to stop them before they destroy the village.
Dispatch these smaller ones as fast as you can.
Shades! I'll kill every last one of you!
You whelps are hardly worthy of our steel.
Hey, a word. Ashers. Hey, Gibo.
Come on. Bring everything you got!
Pathetic. Even in death they disgust me.
Oh, why is it fading to black? Whoa.
Hurry! Hurry! Get the wounded to the library!
Jesus. Uh-oh. Oh. Excuse me.
Dear God, what is that brute?
I don't know. We gotta take it down.
Oh shit, ow. Okay, I'm doing some kind of damage.
The arms are vulnerable when it attacks.
Okay, I'm gonna untarget here. There's a guy here. Get out of here. Okay, that's good, that's good. Get out of here. Obtained Varro. There we go.
Get closer and make them attack.
Oh, what's happening? Whoa! Holy shit. My dark magic abilities are very good. Very flashy. Yeah, grab his arm with my beefy dark arm. Whoa! Just fucking rip him, oh, Jesus, out of the socket. Impressive. Oh, he just regrew it, it looks like. Oh, tentacles.
Okay.
I've seen this before.
That's not good.
A generating shade. How will we even know if our attacks are working?
We'll just have to keep hitting it until we find out.
He's moving along. Where is he going? What was he cooking?
We can climb up from here.
Climb up, you said? On this? I see.
Perhaps its interior is more vulnerable.
What do you mean his interior? What do you mean his interior? Oh, you mean in the mouth?
So then fire some magic into its mouth.
I'm doing some shit. I just got smashed. There we go. Oh, he be jumping.
Where it's heading.
Like hell it is.
Oh no, in the water! Oh no, I thought this is very unfortunate. Oh god.
I hate to ask, but can you not swim?
Don't tell Yona, okay?
Very good. Oh, we got some dark balls. The dark balls out of here. I can't see. Can't see. I can't see what's happening. I'm gonna assume something good. Yeah, rip its face out of its head socket or something. I forget that when I shoot off the little lasers, then my swords will go launching out.
This isn't working.
So what do we do?
Yeah, kinda go. Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, she got him. She's so strong.
You guys having a good time? Huh?
Kaine!
Huh? Good line delivery.
Underestimate us at your own peril, fiend.
Keep hitting it. At some point, it's got to start working.
Is she trying to raise our morale, or is she honestly that insane?
Either one works for me. Let's go!
Oh, I'm dealing damage, son.
Heading toward the library.
No, that's where Yona is!
Oh, we got one of the legs.
You're gonna die today, shithog!
Shithog.
Oh, come now, that's not even a real word. You're almost there. Keep pushing.
Ow. Oh, I gotta zap the... Oh. We good? Oh, did I die? Oh, no. Body night. Likely that red-eye death. Oh, I wasn't paying attention to my health. There's no good, like, indication.
Underestimate us at your own peril.
Okay, that's my own doing.
Keep hitting it. At some point, it's got to start working.
There's no good indication of, like, your health being pretty low. But that's my bad. If I did actually just die there.
Let's go!
It's heading toward the library.
Okay, that one's done.
That's where Yona is!
You're gonna die today, shithog!
I mistimed that jump. Okay.
Oh, come now, that's not even a real word. You're almost there. Keep pushing.
Looks like you've learned how to swing that thing.
I'm glad you noticed. You really know how to put up a fight, Kaine.
Did I get it?
Come on, keep pushing it!
Oh, like I'm...
You stubborn son of a bitch!
Can I not get up there? Am I gonna lose if it gets to the fucking...
Did you leave your strength
There we go.
in your other pair of undergarments?
I had to hit him like in the face or something. It was getting close to the library and I'm like, oh no. Oh, here we go. That's a good magic spell. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, this is dope looking. Oh shit, more. I was still expecting more cutscene or something. I was taking a drink. Yeah, get him. More. Keep going. Yeah. We did it. It's not a good scream.
Shades in the library. Yona!
Oh my god.
Emil, you okay? Can't keep fighting like this.
I have to. There's no other choice. Otherwise, why did I even come here?
Beso.
Get out of here, Emil! No! I won't abandon these people now. You told me once that my eyes had value, and that I shouldn't be ashamed of them. You told me that even a life like mine had purpose. So I won't just sit around and let you fight while I stay behind.
Emil. Just don't die on me.
I won't, Kaine. Let's take care of these shithogs.
Yeah, he called him shithogs. Conus.
I like it.
We can't let any more shades in here.
I love it. I love how he's being influenced by her. Call him shithogs. Let's go. Ew. Oh, it's still alive. I think that's maybe just the head part with some added tentacles.
Emil!
Is there no way to kill this infernal thing?
Fucking bodied. I'm gonna heal. I assume I gotta get the tentacles. Cut at the tentacles. There we go. Go.
Perhaps we could chase it to the basement and seal it there. Those walls are thick rock. I doubt even this beast could break them.
Works for me.
Great. I love basements.
Do it! Knock it down the basement!
There we go. Into the basement he goes. Close.
Give me the key!
Right!
Oh. Huh? From where?
No!
Oh. Oh God. Ow. What? Who? What? That looked like me. Who the fuck? What?
Dear God.
Yona!
Excuse me? I beg your pardon? I beg your pardon.
Is that the leader of these creatures?
Is that Grimoire Noir? I would assume.
Stay back, Kaine! Seal the door!
Finally.
Where am I?
The hell?
It's been a long time.
Oh no, it's like Aku Aku and Uka Uka.
What is this place?
I am Grimoire Noir. I am you.
What?
Do you not remember, Grimoire Vice? We two serve a higher purpose.
Enough lies. Stay back.
Why do you try to suppress the memory? Do you fear hurting someone close to you?
Preposterous.
Your denial is preposterous. We are mere books created to serve the Shadow Lord.
Ooh,
You have
Shadow
no
Lord.
right to forsake him.
The Shadow Lord?
Do you remember our ultimate goal?
Our ultimate goal?
White and black shall fuse to one and set free shades to the world.
Fuse? Us? No, I cannot. I will not. I will never.
Your chance encounter with this boy. Your collection of the sealed verses. It was all set in motion by the Shadow Lord himself.
No. Lies.
The time has come for us to create a new and perfect world. We shall become as one.
This is a little silly. This is just seeing these two books talk to each other is very silly.
One.
Vice, you dumbass! Start making sense, you rotten book, or you're gonna be sorry. Maybe I'll rip your pages out one by one, or maybe I'll put you in the goddamn furnace. How can someone with such a big smart brain get hypnotized like a little bitch, huh? Oh, Shadow Lord, I love you, Shadow Lord. Come over here and give Vice a big sloppy kiss, Shadow Lord. Pull your head out of your goddamn ass and start fucking helping us.
Something tells me she's pissed.
I am one with the Shadow. Huh? Bitch.
Bitch.
We grimoires exist to create in this world a new and just paradise. We must unite. The world demands it.
Paradise.
Yes.
Yeah, VIP badge. Look at that.
To realizing it.
You've leveled up.
Please don't go, Vice.
Who's there?
It's okay. I'll understand. I'll understand if you forget us. But I promise I won't forget you. I'll remember you. No matter what. I'll keep the memory of Grimoire Vice alive forever. And that's not all I'll do. You hear me? I'll chase you till the end of time, and I'll bring you back to us. So, Vice, please. Please come back.
Damn it, we need to stop him. If we don't do something, that black book will absorb Vice.
What is happening? Black, white.
Yes. Now we shall unite in common purpose.
I'm a book. Damn it.
Then the world can finally bear witness to our true power.
Vice! Vice!
We've got to.
I'll write your name on a board. Definitely not. Or
For the
I can say I
last
do, and
time,
then you'll just never see
My
it.
name is Grimoire Weiss, and it is not to be abbreviated.
Vice! Vice!
Good to see you, Kaine. Although I don't think anyone has ever accused me of being a little bitch before. And you, we meet again.
Vice, you okay?
I believe I could ask you the same question right now.
Impossible. We must unite. We must become as one.
I don't like you, and I want nothing to do with you. Besides, I have my companions.
You're back!
Of course, they're weak, and they whine when I leave.
Vice!
It's almost too much trouble, but they are my friends. I shall fight by their side, now and forever.
Vice, thanks.
Let's fucking go! All your magical powers have been taken away. Oh. Cool.
Damn you. Our true memories are still there. How dare you ignore them?
Perhaps you should have scribbled them in my margins, hmm?
So what am I can only blade?
Let us start by dispatching the nearby distractions.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I got this.
I can't use my magic.
Oh shit, this is epic. Hey, a level up.
Fiend has stolen the sealed verses.
I'll get them back, Vice.
And you are the last one left, Noir.
Or address me by my proper name, fool!
Oh, I got hit. Got him. Nier regained his power. I can now use Dark Blast. Oh, nice. Oh. Probably still can't use it against the book. Got magic barriers. There we go. Dark Lance, nice. Dark Hand. This is pretty cool. Dark Phantasm. Oh shit. Almost got juked there. Dark Whirlwind's back. And Dark Gluttony. Just get them all back. Dark Wall. You fucking book. You fucking book. Dark Execution.
We have reclaimed my powers.
Let me set my Dark Blast and Dark Execution. Didn't I have Dark Blast on this one? And then Dark Execution on this. Oh, this is the spiky one. Yeah, I kind of like the spikes more than the swords, I'm gonna be honest.
Good heavens! The roof is about to collapse! Here it comes! Stay back!
I can't run, damn. This library isn't gonna hold for long.
We must finish this quickly.
Ow, fuck. Whoa! Well, the goop. Oh no. Oof.
No!
You will understand in time.
Oh, he's got like wings?
Yona! Get up! No! Give my sister back!
No matter how things unfold, it all returns to us. All of it.
Yona! 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 Are you okay? Yona! Is this
Yeah.
blood?
Clearly not.
The
Okay.
fight's over. And I think we lost.
We?
Sorry, guys. I think this is it. For me, too.
Oh my god.
Kaine, no!
Oh, quit crying. Look, before I go, we need to take care of this guy. Emil,
Yeah?
I want you to... I want you to petrify me. You can use me to keep this thing locked away down there.
Oh, jeez.
No! I can't!
Kaine! Stop!
He's right! It's suicide! You can't do it!
Your powers exist to protect others, right?
Kaine!
Just do it, Emil.
But...
If you don't, it's gonna break down this fucking door!
I don't know what to do!
Petrify Kaine and seal away the shade. Do nothing and be annihilated. Do nothing and be annihilated. I'm gonna say... Anime characters need to be cut in half before the injuries start getting mild. It could be... I think I gotta petrify her. I think we gotta do the petrification. I'm gonna miss Kaine.
No more crying, okay?
He's got eyes.
Grow strong. Never lose hope. Vice.
Spare me the goodbye, hussy. I imagine it will take more than this to kill you.
I doubt it.
Even in her final moments, he calls her a hussy.
Wait for me, Yona. Wait for me, Kaine. I swear.
Oh, no. Well, should I end it here on a massive cliffhanger? Or should I keep going? Oh, that I don't even know if I want to do that to myself. That would be a devastating cliffhanger to end it on. Oh, if I just save and then turn it off. No, we gotta keep going. I gotta see what happens. I can't even do it to myself. That'd be wrong. World Purification Commission report. First detachment is functioning properly. However, continued caution will be required well into the future. Discussion about dealing with relapse cases will be deferred to the next conference. 5 years later. That'd be such bullshit of me to end a cliffhanger like that. They've got armor now. They've upgraded. Whoa. Was that me? Oh, am I cool now? Oh my god, I'm older too. 5 years older, I'd assume.
Don't let your guard down.
Oh, I'm cool now. I'm not a young boy anymore.
I guess that was a tad obvious.
Oh shit. You may now use two-handed swords and spears. I gotta do it for the YouTube views. Yeah, but there's a point. At some point I gotta go for my own enjoyment too. I don't know. That would have been a nice cliffhanger to end it on, but item and equipment shortcuts: items, two-handed swords, spears, one-handed swords. So one-handed. Oh, I've got multiple. Don't call this guy. Don't call him Cloud, and don't call him from Final Fantasy 17. Or no, that's 12. I've misread the numbers there. Cloud from Final Fantasy 12. Look at all these. Oh my god, dude, I've got so many different blades now all of a sudden. Look at this. I have this thing equipped right now. Oh, shit. Oh, it's definitely slower to attack with this thing. There we go. Weapon quick switching tutorial. Oh. It was less of a joke and more you had misspelled. Okay, I think the spikes actually help a lot here. I should try one of these other spears that I have. God, they're heavily guarded. They are...
Enough horseplay.
Damn, look how cool I run too with this. I know, I'm such a cooler person now. Down he goes.
Yet another poor victim.
Alright, so I've got to relearn how to, or not relearn, but learn how to kind of like the flow of combat without using my little baby weapons.
Damn it. When will this stop?
Oh, my voice changed too. My balls have dropped. I've got a deeper voice. Oh my god. Okay, so a lot's happening all of a sudden. Did I learn any new spells? I imagine not. But I must... did I get any more of these? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, I always had 11 of these. So it's just these two-handed swords and then the spears. So let's take a look at them. A man whose fiancée was spirited away by an 8-headed beast used the sword to smite his foe. Okay. Oh, look at that. Just 10 iron ores and I can upgrade it. Are these going to be a lot easier to upgrade? Oh, I should read the story, shouldn't I? The shield left hanging on the wall was covered in dust. The blade left its scabbard had rusted over. The blade left in its scabbard had rusted over. The techniques I'd used were forgotten. The body I was to train was left to grow soft. I lost the will to practice discipline. Interesting. A white katana said to have been forged by a swordsmith in a distant eastern land, presented as an offering to the nobility. It was apparently never used in combat. Damn, look at level 2, how much attack power it has. Rusted clump, goat hide, crystal. My family has decided I am to be betrothed. I cannot resist, for I am but a tool. Okay. Okay. Alright, let's look at these. A white spear crafted by an ailing blacksmith. Some claim the face upon it represents its creator's ecstasy, but others say it shows the pain his wife felt as she was stabbed to death. Oh. Is this the first time jump since the 400 years from the beginning? Yes. I believe so. Unless I'm severely missing something or something happened that I wasn't able to see. Also, that reminds me, I never went back to look at the first thing. Back to the first part. Was that... I'm not mistaken. That did say a 400-year time jump, right? And did it say 400 years in the past or 400 years in the future? Something about this timeline. There's something going on in this timeline here. There's something going on in this timeline. You know what I mean? There's something... There once existed a cursed spear whose holder would inevitably meet a violent end. Eventually, the weapon found its way to a mechanical automaton that possessed no soul. And though it was a mere machine, the spear delivered countless deaths upon it all the same. This is a weird... I wish I could get a zoom in. Okay, future. Okay. Look at that weird face on the end of the spear is kind of creepy. Not gonna lie. Transience. A knight was so moved by the suffering of a beggar that removed all ornamentations from the spear. Oh wow, it only takes 2 iron ore to upgrade this thing. Look at that. Look at that. Interesting. They were a frighteningly diligent people. They would clear forests and hunt animals, even when they had no need. They developed techniques to preserve food they were unable to eat and earn more money than could ever be spent. Yet there was not a single one among them who did not accept these practices, for none knew of any other customs. Well?
Are you truly going to abandon them?
Abandon who? Oh, the people? Where'd they go? Oh, they're over here. I was like, what? Where? I was like, where are the people again?
It's dangerous here. You should get back.
Oh, now I've got a... Dude, am I supposed to be attractive now? I've got a deeper voice. I'm like tall. I'm no longer a boy.
Oh, God! Oh, get up, honey. Please. Get up!
I'm cool looking.
Goddamn shades are even attacking the village now.
I mean, I kind of grew into my hairstyle, kind of.
And armored ones, no less. This village of yours seems to be changing for the worse.
It's all the Shadow Lord's fault. That one day changed everything.
5 long years.
It's been 5 years since they took my sister. I spent every waking moment searching for her, but all I found is heartache and despair. This world is winding down. Between the shades and the black scrawl, there won't be anyone left soon. My life now, and my purpose, is hunting shades.
Seems like some people in the village haven't moved for 5 years.
That will lead me to the Shadow Lord. I believe that. I have to.
Some people just staying in the same place for 5 years in the village.
Popola called for you, yes?
Yeah.
Popola? Popola?
Lost a good deal of time with that.
Yeah.
Oh, not Popola is here at the fountain now instead of the tavern.
Whoa, you look rough.
I'm fine.
Rude ass.
If you say so. By the way, Popola said she had a letter for you or something.
Oh, kitties. Or doggies? Little doggies. Pet the doggies. Pet the doggies. Okay, so now I've got more weapons, and they're not all just one-handed things, so I assume combat is gonna, like... And now that I guess I'm older, I'm assuming combat is gonna get more involved, especially potentially, like, switching. I'd imagine enemies like those heavily armored guys, you can really only break their armor with these heavier weapons, right? And so I'd assume you're gonna have to do this kind of, like, quick, changey kind of, like... Oh man, I can wield these light things. Can't pet the dog, -10 game out of a million. I mean, like, look how quick I am with these light things. Even if I was, let me see, I'm curious. I was using mostly this before. Okay, this is back to the same kind of speed. But still, like... Oh, you can just, like, change on the fly mid-combo. That's actually kind of cool. I like it. I never used this weapon. Despite this thing being very interesting looking, I never used it, unfortunately. Oh shit, I can water some of the plants. Why can't I water? I guess they have different growing periods. These are the red ones. Go ahead and water them, it's fine. I think before we go speak to Popola, though, I think then we'll probably end the stream here. I'll just water these plants that I can, and then I'll just save right outside. Interesting. So we got another time jump here, and I'm older and cooler looking, clearly. Sister, gone. Kaine, turned to stone, so that's unfortunate. I really liked Kaine. I love the way she spoke. I love how her cursing was rubbing off on the little boy. Emil? Is that his name? Emil? We met Emil. He was weird. That weird, weird manner. That creeped me the fuck out. It definitely had some evil energy to it. If I had to fight someone with a medieval weapon, which one would I choose? Any medieval weapon. Medieval. Okay, I'm not like some medieval expert. Assuming I have extreme proficiency with using it, like I'm not having to like whatever, I would want to do. I mean, it depends on what medieval means, right? Immediately, my mind goes to ball and chain, like an actual chain and then spiky ball thing, and like that would be kind of cool if I was really good at using it. Also, like, some of the weapons we normally associate with, like, ninjas would be really cool, but I don't know if those count as medieval, right? I mean, they're kind of like time period. I mean, I don't know time period wise. I'm not going to say something that I don't know for certain. I can't back up for certain because I don't know how time periods. But, like, I think medieval, I also think of, like, feudal Japan, like, era weapons. So, like, dope-ass, like, katanas, like a really skinny blade, kind of like this basically is. Or, like, you know, fucking, I don't know, ninja weapons. Shurikens. The fucking, nunchucks. What if I just, like, thwap, 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 thwap. Those would be cool to just knock people around with. Again, assuming I'm highly proficient with it. I would have to pick something simple if I don't come with the immediate proficiency with the weapon, you know? So, kind of depends there. I mean, if I don't come proficient with the weapon, I maybe have to pick, like, club. Wooden club. And I'll just bonk fools. I just bonk. Or at least a sword. I assume I can, like, sword this up. I assume I oh my god, look how this thing swings. Look at this thing. This is like, I'm just gonna just... Oh my goodness. Oh, nice overhead attack. Oh my god, almost attacking the old lady. That's great. You would choose a samurai halberd. That's what I'm saying. There's like feudal Japan like type era like weapons that would be cool. Because like the traditional medieval weapons are all, I think they're supposed to be like simplistic. They were supposed to be like cheap to produce and make, but also be as effective as possible for as cheap of things. So like your balls with your chains with spiky balls and a mace, where you just put spiky ball on a stick, and then clubs and some swords and stuff. Simple things, you know. All right, we'll call it a stream. Very interesting almost 4 hours here with this game tonight. We had a lot go on. There was a lot happening. A lot happening in these 4 hours. Next time we play, of course, we'll probably check the plants. We'll probably, oh, new item for me. Give me that health salve. Tomorrow, I should be streaming at some point tomorrow. I just don't know when. I don't know if I'm just going to take the day off normally, or if I'll do a day stream. 900 gold. Nice. Gold moonflower seed. I don't need that.
I feel confident the child still lives.
I mean, at the very least, I'll stream tomorrow night. Just do like a normal Monday night stream. There's a chance I stream during the day, though. Maybe I'm so bored during my day off here tomorrow that I stream. I don't know. But I could also see myself being extremely lazy and just chilling tomorrow, so.
Of course she does.
Of course she does. Don't you fucking say otherwise, Vice. Alright, let me go save again, because I came in here. I don't know what I'll even play tomorrow. Kind of just depends on the mood. So, until then, eat an apple, brush your teeth, and hug a loved one. And until then, until tomorrow.